I have to share an excellent contact yesterday. So we got at the park yesterday, and I set up the Wolf River coil. Um, and then I also had some trees here, an opportunity to set up an inverted 20-meter V that I had pre-made and I brought with me. And it's really the first time on this trip that I've had an opportunity to set it up. So I set it up, and it's not great. It's kind of in the trees, but it works. And check the SWR; it's pretty spot on point, just a little over 1 to 1. 1.1 to 1. So anyway, got on 20 meters and yesterday, and man, I was just going through it and heard some voices booming, and it sounded Caribbean. And sure enough, actually not Caribbean. That's a little later in the story, but it was a guy in the Azores, CU3HN, a guy named Fabio. This was about 5:30 in the afternoon here, Mountain Standard Time, Mountain Daylight Time, at 14.265 megahertz, and it's clear as day. You could hear from here in Wyoming, middle of Wyoming. I could hear a guy out in the Central Atlantic from the Azores, and of course, there was a big pile up, people trying to get in contact with him, but I made contact. That was very cool. Very cool to be operating portable, and that's the other thing. I'm operating portable. I mean, I got a FT450D, and I'm running it to a homemade inverted V antenna. I do use an LDG 1-to-1 balun at the top to help balance the load. But that's it. Nothing fancy. Don't even have an antenna tuner. This has a built-in antenna tuner, but really don't need it because again, I'm pretty close on the SWR. But that was very cool. And then went around, and then I heard a guy in the Caribbean calling, and he was again the big pileup guy named Frankie, and he is VP2MNI, and he was in Montserrat, Plymouth, Montserrat, which is in the Caribbean islands. Um, uh, I was pretty close to making contact, I think, but again, big pileup. Had to make dinner. Family comes first, things responsibilities come first, needed to make dinner. By the time dinner was done, he was off, and then the band conditions changed. But it was amazing. I was listening to this guy Frankie talk, and then he actually was communicating with a Japan station, right? Call sign JA, et cetera, et cetera. And it was down in the mud, but I could hear the Japan station talking. So Japan station was talking to a Caribbean station on 20 meters. Band conditions just at that time were amazing. But yeah, so a lot of fun, uh, and it's worth doing it. Just setting up portable and going for it. So that's the update for today. Take care.